If you just joined us, we've been taking a close look at Governor Masari-led administration's intervention in changing the fortunes of the people of Katsina State positively. Stay with us. Let's come to your political ideology now. You've over time voiced a rather controversial position on revenue sharing, which many of your counterparts finds very uncomfortable. And that's you've accused many governors of focusing too much on revenue sharing, revenue allocation. Could you shed more light on this?
Well, I think in order to get what I said correctly, the issue is about restructuring. Some are calling for devolution. Some are calling for fiscal federalism. These are the issues within which, the context of which I spoke. I'm not against devolution.
I'm talking about revenue sharing now. There's a recent controversy that came up from recent developments, which the National Assembly is accusing the president of withdrawing from the excess crude account. So who has the power to withdraw from the excess crude account? Does Mr. President have the power to withdraw from the excess crude accounts?
Anybody who told you this, that was President Muhammadu Buhari, that can be done. I think that person doesn't know the president. The issue was tabled at NEC, where all the governors were present. It was our collective decision to use a part of the excess crude for security reasons, to procure arms and ammunition for members of the security agencies, cutting across all. It wasn't meant for the military alone or for the police or SS. It was meant for the security agencies. And we gave our own approval. The federal government never withdrew from the excess crude oil without approval of governors at NEC meeting.
But was that done without the approval of the National Assembly?
Well, I think once it is within the budget, because the excess crude money was not within the budget. If it is within the budget, now what the Economic Council approved for the federal government to use a part of the excess crude to now procure and finance arms is not an item under the budget.
Now, Section 80 of the 1999 Constitution states that every spending of Mr. President must be appropriated for,
provided it is coming under the revenue, consolidated revenue of the federal government. This money is not coming from the consolidated revenue of the federal government.
Let's look at the inside story of Katsina State now. You've recently signed a budget of 211.4 billion naira for the year 2018, and you call this budget a budget of actualization. So how do you intend to change the economic fortunes of the state with this budget?
If you follow the direction of that budget, about 75% is going for capital projects. When you are going for capital, you are creating economic opportunities. You are opening up the system. You are investing in the future, where, one, there will be, life will be easy for the people, because majority of the capital is also in education, followed by health, followed by water, followed by agriculture, then infrastructure in the area of road construction. All these are geared towards improving the economic activities of the state.
We've been around Katsina State, we've seen some of the massive projects you've embarked on, but we've gone also to the hinterland to see the completed ones and the uncompleted ones. But we want you to take some account of stewardship on some of the roads you've constructed. The unconstructed one, the one under construction now is Kwana Sakbe and Danana Dusi Road, which is 2.6 billion for 22 kilometers. So that brings it down to how much per kilometer?
If you are going to assess cost of a road, you don't only cost it by number of kilometers. You cost it by number of hydraulic structures that are on the road. If I have a road of 200 kilometers here, that does not need a culvert, does not need a bridge. And if I am building a 50-kilometer road that has hundreds of culverts and bridges and difficult terrain, it is likely these 50 kilometers will cost more than 200 kilometers. Because road construction, if it is about leveling, filling, tarring, it's so cheap. It's very cheap. But when it comes to the hydraulic structures, where you have to construct a culvert, a box culvert, a bridge, with all the drains that are required for constructing a bridge or a box culvert. That's where most of the money goes.
Katsina State is high up when it comes to out-of-school children, with 620,000 out-of-school children, according to UNICEF. So how do you intend to change this narrative?
I think the narrative has started to change. If you look at the improvement in terms of enrollment, and if you look at improvement in terms of the additional classes we are providing in various primary schools, and bringing up the primary school to a level that a primary school should be. And mind you, we started this in 2015.